Hi YouTube goers, my name is Lillian and this is an introduction to and why I am starting my own YouTube channel. So as a as an individual, I guess you could say, I feel the need. So like I said, my name is Lillian Lesueur, Lillian Marie Lesueur. I'm 26 years old and this is about me having my spiritual awakening and what it looks like from a personal point of view for me anyways. So as a kid, I was adopted at the age of 3, so I had a lot of traumatic things happen before my adoption that I don't remember pictures, but I remember feelings, and I remember how I felt and things like that. And there's certain things that'll trigger those, right? Well, as a human, I've learned to completely stuff those. And throughout my 26 years of breathing, I have done nothing but stuffed every emotion that I've ever felt and ever gone through. And it is amazing to know that I had such a hard time letting go of all of that stuff that it continued to make me miserable. I carried a lot of negative energy everywhere. And there was points in my life where I was able to let go of things and I was able to gain that positivity in my life. So today what I'm going to talk about is that when I finally was able to awaken my subconscious mind and my conscious mind at the same time, I was I was amazed. I was scared. I was shocked. There were so many emotions, and they all came out at once. So for me, it was kind of like the intuition that I had would tell me things like, "Hey, you shouldn't do that." It would nudge me or it would tell me in different signs, I guess you could say. 95% of the time, I guarantee you I didn't listen because I went through some really, really, really rough shit the last 26 years. And what actually brought me to where I am today is that it took one initial intuition feeling to pick me up off my ass and just make me do it. Not think about it, not logically dissect every little aspect of what's going to happen if I do this or what's going to happen if I don't do this, you know? So I did that, and by listening to that intuition, it it caused a chain of events that are unexplainable, crazy, and probably the best thing that's ever happened to me. So within the last month and a half, I've realized that what society wants to call psychic abilities, I don't want to put a label on it, so I'm just going to call them gifts because to me, it's a gift. It's a gift that I can feel things and I can hear things and I can see things and I can smell things and it'll trigger something that'll be like, hey, that smells from something that you don't want to be there, or that taste is something that is going to make you sick. You don't want to eat that. Just simple things, everyday life things. So going from one extreme to the next is really kind of scary. But throughout the last month and a half, I've learned, and I'm still learning how to balance that. I'm learning how to deal with a lot of negative energy, and I'm dealing, learning how to deal with a lot of positive energy. I'm learning how to balance it to where, filter it towards balanced enough that I am actually still sane and I'm not going crazy. I have had a lot of weird experiences where things that have happened to me as a teenager, as a kid, now are starting to come up and now are starting to make sense. And a lot of people are going through this. They may be going through it. They've gone through it. And they kind of just shut it out. This isn't the first time that this has happened to me. I had this experience when I was 16, 17. Of course, it's an uncomfortable feeling I don't like to let people see my emotions. I don't cry in front of people. I generally use either happiness or anger. So I don't feel the little emotions in between. I just extreme one from the next. There was really no medium for me. What's nice is that pretty much getting slapped in the face with it, it was just like, here, hey, it's time for you to, wake up. It's time for you to stop being so miserable. It's time, And all it was doing was just showing me and waking me up to, I don't want to live miserably anymore. I want to be happy. I don't want to have to put on a facade to make people think that I'm happy. And inside, I'm just like, hey, guess what? If somebody has a gun, can I have it and shoot myself, pretty much? And one thing for me is that I'm very blunt, I'm very straightforward, and I'm very opinionated. And I do really try to work on my mouth. I do have a potty mouth. Granted, sometimes it doesn't seem to click that I should probably not say certain cuss words or phrases. So yes, I am working on that. And so this is like a trial thing for me. I've done, I believe, 4 or 5 videos on Facebook within the last 3 or 4 days. I get on when I feel the need to express myself, or if something's going on that maybe I don't know how to ask for help, and the way I express myself on here, somebody that watches this can be like, hey, I'm going to leave a comment. Like, here's a suggestion. I'm going to tell you one thing. I will never tell you anything. I won't tell you that these are the 10 signs that you have to do, or these are the 10 signs that make you realize that this is what's going on. I'm just going to, I'm going to pretty much share my experience, strength, and hope with you in a way that's not making you feel like I'm telling you what to do. It's more of a suggestion, or hey, like, if you're going through this, here's kind of a solution, or here's an outlet. So my outlet for a lot of my balance is being on live feed. I don't know why, it helps. So the beginning of March, I left a really, really shitty relationship that it was to the point to where I was so miserable that it was going to be the end. Like, I was done. I was tired. I was not going to do this no more. And what's called the gift of desperation hit. I was so desperate to find an outlet, a way out, to finally know what true happiness was and love. Shit. I haven't loved myself in a long time. And so I put aside the fear of the unknown. I took a leap of faith. So I believe that with that belief and having faith, it got me to where I am right now. I'm not perfect by any means, nor am I ever going to be perfect. I would rather think of me gaining the gifts that I have as progress. Like, I'm progressing in my life. I'm not trying to perfect my life anymore. And I'm going to be honest, like, for the last almost 15, 16 years, that's all I've done in my life, is try to perfect everything that comes through that's not okay. That's not how I want it to be. Well, I'm sorry.
Thank your Popeyes, though.
It's not going to ever be perfect, because there's no such thing as being perfect. Just like there's no such thing as fear. Fear is something that man taught us to feel. So fear is a secondary emotion to anger. When I'm angry, it could be, oh, I stubbed my toe. And then all of a sudden I'm like fearful, like, oh my God, maybe I'm gonna lose my toenail. Like, what's gonna happen to my foot? Why am I worried about my toenail? If I stub my toe, I'm pretty sure my toe's gonna be fine. And I'm okay with that.
Your Popeye is done.
Alright. So it's weird that I see life as a whole different perspective. I see the world as one-sided. I see it as authority no longer means what authority means. So authority to the world is like power trip, ego trip. I am the ruler. I'm going to dictate, blah, 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 blah. Like all the laws and rules and regulations we have nowadays. Okay, those are bullshit. And I'm sorry, like I said, I'm working on my mouth. So bear with me, because this is new to me too. This is completely new to me, that I'm able to just speak from the heart and not from my mind. You know, I'm not thinking about things. I'm not trying to logically be like, okay, well, if I say this, it's gonna make me look thick this way and blah 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 blah. No, I'm gonna straight be forward with you. That's why I'm blunt. That's why I'm forward. I will tell you how it is. Like, I will tell you how I feel. So with that being said, is the first thing I realized was the relationship I was in. I knew that this person was not okay. I knew that I wasn't okay, and I knew that the longer we stayed together, the more detrimental it was going to be for us. When I met this person at the age of 17, it was like when I saw this person, I knew this person, I connected with this person right away, and I didn't even have to say anything to him because he was so shy and quiet, but the look on his face was like, I know you, like, I feel comfortable around you, like, where have I met you before? But we didn't have to say anything to each other. We just kind of knew. Crazy as it may seem, what they call a twin flame is somebody that mirrors your actions. So yeah, when we first met, of course the mirror was like perfect and pretty and just gorgeous, you know. I remember weekend of my relationship, well, we weren't even dating, so weekend of my friendship with this man, went to his house to watch a movie, and normally girls are like, oh my god, like, do I look good, blah blah blah. I fell asleep. I literally just curled up in this guy's arms, not really knowing him, just knowing that there was a connection stronger than what I could explain. I curled up in this man's arms and went to sleep. And it was comfortable for both of us. Yeah, over the years, because of what society has taught us to do, it has destroyed us. It has made us two totally different people. And it's funny because when one of us is like this, the other one's completely off his rocker or off my rocker, or we're just completely freaking batshit crazy. But what it does is, when you mirror somebody, most of the time when it would happen was I would see that he was acting how I would act, but I didn't want to admit it to myself. I was like, oh, dude, you need to stop. Like, you need to stop acting like a fool. All he was doing was mirroring how I was treating him. So this last time was really hard, because there was a lot of resentment and a lot of unresolved emotions, and there was things that had happened, and I literally thought I was like, I'm losing my best friend. I'm losing the person I believed in my heart, I felt that I was going to spend the rest of my life with. And what he had done to me, it ripped my heart out. I kid you not, I felt like I was dying. I laid on a fucking couch, and I didn't want to talk to nobody. I felt like I was dying inside. Like, that emotion of, I don't know how to handle this. Like, I'm in so much pain. I was in physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain. Worst of all, I was in spiritual pain. And out of nowhere, it just kind of subsided, but it didn't. Like, I was able to handle it. That's when I first learned how to balance things. Because, yeah, it's going to hurt like hell, and I'm probably not going to be able to fix it for a while. But if this is the true, what they call twin flame, eventually we're going to bounce back. We're going to create that energy, and we're going to magnetize back to each other, like we've done for the last 10 years. Every time we fought, somehow, some way, that magnetic field would pull us back together, and we would be doing okay. We'd be worrying about ourselves. But there was a lot of things that we did when we were apart that kind of hurt each other. So we held on to those resentments, like the world has told us to do, to just stuff it. It's okay. Just keep stuffing it and you'll feel just fine. No. it's gonna like make you lose your mind and go crazy. So what I've learned is that, I can't do that. So walking into a spiritual awakening and going on a journey that is still going, like I learn things every day, and that's all I'm ever gonna do. Is because I'm not perfecting anything. I'm progressing. I'm gaining more knowledge, more insight. I'm opening up doors that most people don't think they can open up. And it is true that every human being has the exact same gifts. We just have to learn how to balance and figure it out. Hey, hold on. And it's crazy. So when I talk about things on here, it's not that I'm like trying to tell you what to do, or like you need to do the vegan diet, or you need to do this, or you need to do that. No, I'm just telling you what's working for me and my experience and how to balance my life and how to use my gifts, use those intuitions, use those senses, because that's all it is. It's just becoming one with yourself. The first thing you have to do, and you don't have to do it, the first thing I did was I opened up the can of worms that I'd stuffed for 26 years. You can imagine opening up 26 years of emotion that you wouldn't believe was there. I was angry, I was happy, I was sad, I was crying, I was this, I was that, I was depressed, I wanted to sleep all the time, I wanted to do all these different things all at once. Okay? The chaos was uncanny. I slowly had to learn how to balance. Slowly had to learn how to balance myself. And that's all it is balancing. So first I balanced. Then I let go. Then I started to find things that I enjoyed in life, like being in nature, walking, being around animals, being around people who had the same view that I do. I started doing things that I enjoyed doing to create my joy and my happy. With all of those things, it slowly taught me how to love myself. And yeah, most people think that this process takes years and years. No, it can take anywhere from a few seconds to a few days to a few months to a few years. For me, it came a little bit quicker than that. Like it came within the last month and a half. And yeah, I'm still working because I'm never going to be perfect. I'm always going to be learning, and that's what I want to do. I want to learn. I want to have knowledge of so many different things, and it's not because I want to gloat and let my ego go and be like, "Hey, look at my head. It's so big." Ego. No, it's because I want to learn. It's because it's something that I want to know. Like I want to know things, I'm going to learn. I'm not going to read it out of a textbook, that's for damn sure. So, when I express myself on here, it may sound like I'm crazy and I'm just talking out my ass, but you know what? I'm actually talking from my heart. I'm not talking from my mind. I'm not thinking about things. I'm expressing to you how I'm feeling at the moment. So, like today, I just wanted to do an introduction of why I'm here, who I am. Like I said, my name's Lillian. I'm 26 years old. This just occurred within the last month and a half. I have 3 beautiful children, 2 of which were adopted. And yeah, I've had to learn with that pain, and one of which is going through the same situation that my other 2 are, as well as I went through it as a kid. But I was given a chance to live a happy life with a great family, a family that knew that I belonged there. They knew I belonged there. Me and my mother, we have a huge connection. I can call her when something is going on and I can feel it. And of course, there's something going on, and I follow that intuition just like she's done for me. She's saved my life many of times. First, starting with giving me a better life, putting her self aside and looking at me as her own child and being like, this child needs help and I want to help her and my dad. I have 3 amazing brothers who would do anything for me. One of which is 5 years apart from me, and I guarantee you he knows when something's wrong with me because he'll call my mom and ask him. He'll ask my mom or my dad, hey, have you heard from Lillian? Like, how's she doing? Because we have that connection. So that connection is a lot more than what I can explain. I don't know how to explain it, but I know that connection's there. So I am not going to post a daily video I'm going to post when I feel the need to express myself, because I'm doing it to help myself learn. I'm teaching myself. I'm learning from experience. So if something happens at the end of the day and I feel like I got to get on and I got to express myself, I'm going to. I'm going to express myself in the way I need to. And it doesn't mean you have to listen to me or believe in what I'm saying or any of that. This is just my way of an outlet to help myself balance, gain control of things. And it's not even to gain control, it's all about balancing, just kind of evening things out. You're going to have negative days, but you know what? If you put positivity into that negative, you're going to balance. You have too much positive, you have too much positive. You're not going to balance. You're going to be like, no. You have too much negative, you're going to be leaning the other way. That's the thing with the twin flame, is because you're the exact mirror of them. You're one soul that was split to two. You gotta have you gotta have a negative and positive. It doesn't mean the one person's gotta be negative and the other one's gotta be positive. It just means that you guys have to balance each other out. And that could take years, that could take lifetimes, like past lives. Like this man who I feel and believe and have faith that is my twin flame, he's told me things. Like, he knew that we died in a car together. We died in a car. The car was blue. We crashed and we died. And somehow I believe that, because I would always say, I'd be like, we're like magnets. Like, it doesn't matter how far apart we are. Somehow, that magnetic field gets stirred around, and all of a sudden we're right back in each other's presence. And this has been going on for 10 years. And before that, because when I was a kid, there's certain memories that I have that I would tell him, like, oh yeah, like this one time these kids were fighting at the dome, and like we had a huge fire up where I'm from. So I'm from Eager, Arizona. We had a fire up there, and so people from the town next to us were coming in to stay, and we were volunteering to help. And I'm telling him this, and he goes, yeah, that was with the fire. He goes, that was me and my brother. And I'm like, what the fuck, I remember him walking by my parents' house all the time. Ironically enough, he lived like 2 blocks away from me. So we've always kind of been around each other, but not known it. And then one day we found each other, and that was it. We thought that was it. And granted, with all the things that we've been through, it's going to take a lot of work, but we have to work on ourselves, because I became codependent. I became dependent on making other people happy to make me happy, and that's not how it works. You have to actually find the balance in between you and your higher self. You have to find the balance with your body, physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. You have to do all of that. And you don't have to. For me, I wanted to. I wanted to know true happiness. I wanted to know unconditional love. And it's like, when I had my kids, each of them, I had unconditional love for them. But I didn't love myself. So how can I unconditionally love somebody else if I can't love myself? Today, I unconditionally love myself. Which means I unconditionally love my kids and my family and my friends and the people that I don't even know. So, there'll be times that my videos or Facebook videos were 3 hours long. And it's just because I lose track of time. I don't keep track of time anymore. I just go throughout my day. I don't worry about anything anymore. Like, yeah, I still have concern. I have concern for my children, but I know they're okay. I do what I got to do to get myself better so I can be with my kids, be with that person that I wholeheartedly believe and feel and have faith that he's supposed to be around me, at least. Because I'm not going to be like, oh, we're supposed to be together. I don't know that. I don't know, We could just end up being best friends for the rest of our lives. Like, I don't know that. So my videos are merely on my experience, strength, and hope, on how I have come to realize the things in my life that I've gone through were just lessons, that they weren't nothing bad. They weren't anything bad. They were just lessons. So with that, I am probably going to be back on here within the next couple hours. Who knows? It might be tomorrow. It might be a week from now. Just I'm going off of what I feel and I should say. So I just wanted to introduce myself. And I want everybody to have a wonderful and blessed day. And just kind of, you know, just be you. Don't try to impress anybody. Don't try to do anything else. Just impress you. You're the only person you have to impress. So with that, I'm out. Have a good day. Mm.